Hello, students, and welcome to day 4 of our online classes. I hope you are still doing well, your family is doing well, you are helping around the house, um, you're doing your assignment, you are reading a book, you are taking time to play and recreate. Um, just make sure you are staying busy and staying out of trouble. All right. I want to give a big shout out to those who have gone online to do their work. Kudos to you, and make sure you check in every day, because it's gonna get bigger, not smaller. So if you go in every day, knock all of your assignments out, your life will be so much easier. All right, so don't delay. Um, just to recap what we've done so far this week. This will give you like a visual of all the reform movements. So think about the reform movement as cause and effect. What caused people to want to change America? The Second Great Awakening. Christians were involved in that um, revival, in that movement. All right, because as a Christian, what are you supposed to do? Not just go to church. As a Christian, you're supposed to make society better. All right. So how do they want to do this? They wanted to create all of these changes. They wanted education for everybody, not just um, men or white people. Okay, they wanted more people to go to school. All right, prison reform. All right, abolitionism. They wanted to get rid of slavery, abolition. All right, temperance. Okay, they wanted to ban alcohol. People should stop drinking alcohol. All right, women's rights. They wanted the same rights as men, all right? They wanted to be paid the same way men are paid for the same work, all right? They wanted the right to vote. At this time, women could not even vote, so they did not have a voice, all right? And the last one there is workers' rights, all right? So let's get started with the temperance movement for tonight. Okay, quickly. Temperance, can you say that word with me? Temperance. One more time. Temperance. Good. All right. Temperance means abstinence. Abstinence means no drinking. All right. No drinking. All right. Now, I'm not talking about water. No drinking alcohol in this sense. All right. In the 1800s, instead of men, after getting their paycheck, instead of going home, where did they go to? They went to the bar. All right. And spent all their money on alcohol. All right. So the women or their children were left with nothing. All right. That had to change. All right. So women were mad. So they organized themselves into different groups to try to bring about the total ban of alcohol in America. All right. And some of the people involved in this movement was a lady by the name of Carrie Nation. Carrie Nation was very known to carry a hatchet and go to different bars and destroy the bottles of liquor. All right. She was well known for that. I think she was even arrested, but she was well known for that. All right. And there were other groups like the Anti-Saloon League. Saloon means a bar. Okay, that's what it used to be called back in the day. Like if you watch Western movies, you will see that word there a lot. All right. Another group that was formed to ban the sale of alcohol in America was called the American Temperance Society. So when you think about the word, whenever if you are taking a test and you see the word temperance, look for no alcohol. Okay, temperance, no alcohol. Temperance, no alcohol. All right. Why do they want to stop people from drinking? Because it leads to abuse. Like it destroys families. It leads to abuse. It creates health problems for not just the drinker, but even for their family members. It also leads to unemployment. If you drink, you cannot go to work. All right, and it also leads to ungodly behavior. You start doing bad things because you are not in control of your senses. All right, so that is all about the temperance movement. All right, so just to recap: temperance, no alcohol. Temperance, no alcohol. We're done with that. Okay, we just got done with temperance. The next one is women's rights. And what was this movement all about? The women were demanding for social, economic, and political equality for all women. They wanted the same rights as men. Back in the day, as a woman, if you if you get married, let's say you have property or you got some stuff from your parent, you inherited some stuff from your parents. If you get married, all your property now belongs to your husband. Women did not have rights back in the day. So they wanted the same rights. They wanted to be able to own property, and also they wanted the right to vote. The right to vote was a big thing, especially for this lady right here. Her name was Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was well known for pushing for women's rights to vote. All right. Another name in the women's rights movement was Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Um, she was in fact, she organized the first women's rights meeting in America. It was a big convention. It was called the Seneca Falls Convention in New York. All right. In that convention, uh, women from all over the world, not just women, also men came. They came to they discuss how they can better fight for their rights. All right. And after the meeting, they published a document that was very similar to the Declaration of Independence. All right. In fact, they called that document the Declaration of Sentiments. Declaration of Sentiments. And they started it by saying all men and women are created equal. Remember, in the Declaration of Independence, it only mentioned men. But in their document, they mentioned both. All men and women are created equal. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. So what do I want you guys to know here? Know that women were demanding for the same rights as men. Some of the names involved in the movement was Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Susan B. Anthony, and a former enslaved person, Sojourner Truth. All right. Now, most of the women who were involved in the women's rights were also involved in the abolition movement. So for them, both movements were the same. Both movements tend to keep the people in some kind of slavery. All right. So for them, both movements wanted freedom, freedom for everybody. All right. So those who were involved in abolition were also involved in women's rights. And those involved in women's rights were also involved in the abolition movements. All right. And suffrage was one thing that they wanted. They wanted the right to vote. Remember, what suffrage means, the right to vote. Okay, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I don't want to make this video too long. Um, so once you're done watching this, you're gonna go back to um, your my page on in Canvas. Look for assignments. And today, you actually have two assignments to work on. All right. So you're going to do day 4 first. Day 4 is right. Day 4 is temperance and women's rights. All right. And then once you are done with that, you're going to take this quiz right here. It says Reform Movement Quiz. Reform Movement. So you have two quizzes um, for tonight. All right. The first one there is day 4, temperance and women's rights, and the second one is reform movements. All right. If you have any question, don't hesitate to send me an email. All right. And make sure you are knocking all of your assignments out. You don't want to be behind because it's going to get bigger, not smaller. All right. So For those who are doing it, I thank you. Those who have not started, get at it. All right. Until I see you guys on Friday, have a good day. Do your work. Stay out of trouble. Help your parents. Stay healthy.